and welcome to SVG-TV News for Friday, April 10th, 2015. I am Jennifer Richardson with the details. Teens throughout this country have been advised to stand up for themselves against potential predators. This was outlined to them by Lena West, who is serving as one of the facilitators for the 2015 Karen Hines Phenomenal Women Conference, which begins here today. West told the teens who attended the forum at the Russell's Auditorium that there are many cyberstalkers who say inappropriate things to sway and influence young girls, and it is imperative that they stay away from these persons.
If somebody doesn't give you a good vibe, and you feel like, oh, they're just complimenting me, you don't have to say anything. Your silence is golden. As a woman, as a growing woman, as a young woman, your silence is everything. Let me tell you, you'll learn more about that as you get older. Your silence says it all. You don't have to respond if you don't want to. And you know what? There's this really cool thing called block. Oh, you don't know how to accept a compliment. Why you get an attitude with me? Gosh, I just said you were pretty. Block. Ignore, delete, whatever, be gone, poof.
West, who serves as a consultant and strategist in her professional life, says teens, particularly young girls, need to use social media not only to interact but to build their professional portfolio.
Don't just use social media for social. Use it to network. A moment ago I asked you how many of you are on LinkedIn. All of you who are in high school need to be on LinkedIn. Every single one of you. Nobody raised their hands. Why? Because you're all focusing on social, social, social. Be about your business. LinkedIn, LinkedIn, LinkedIn.com. Set up your profile. It's totally free. And it's for you professionally, to put your professional foot forward. And that starts now. How you do anything.
The Karen Hines Phenomenal Women's Conference continues tomorrow at the Russell's Auditorium. The low quantity of private sector credits for business projects here is said to be as a result of an issue of both supply and demand. Speaking at the First Citizens Investment Services Global Markets Outlook 2015 seminar yesterday, First Citizens Country Manager Nolan Gabriel said, while private sector credit has remained relatively stable for 2012 through 2014, they realize that a lot of private sector credit has been directed to consumer credit when compared to credit being extended for business projects.
I think that's an issue on the supply and on the demand side, because it's a lot riskier for a financial institution to issue lending or loans for a business idea, for an entrepreneurial idea. So there is risk on that side for them, so they may be more reluctant to do that. But also on the demand side, we're seeing that a lot of small businesses and a lot of individuals who may want to go into business and who would want to access credit, they're not necessarily equipped in terms of their business plans, in terms of their financials and having audited financials to actually present a proper case to a financial institution in order to access that credit.
Meanwhile, Gabriel says, having looked at SVG comparatively to other Caribbean islands as it relates to the ease of doing business, this is an area which SVG needs to look at carefully.
Because if we put all our infrastructure projects in place and we're ready for business, but then when investors get here, they're frustrated. Someone else is going to make it a lot easier. And this doesn't mean that we cut corners. It doesn't mean that we don't do the due diligence checks and all that. It just means that we have to be ready for business. Okay? So this highlights an area that we need to pay some attention to.
A Vincentian man who was arrested in Barbados for trying to import some 700 pounds of cannabis into that country in 2006 has gone to the Court of Appeal seeking a reduced prison sentence. Monroe Fitzpatrick Hayward, 33, from Chateaubriand, St. Vincent, had pleaded guilty to charges of possession, trafficking and importing 370.01 kilograms of cannabis and was sentenced to 6 years for possession, 6 years for importing, and 8 years for trafficking. Representing Haywood before the appeal court yesterday, attorney-at-law Christine Thornton argued that sentencing her client on each of the 3 counts was contrary to the rule that a person should not be punished more than once for the same offense. She submitted that since the 3 offenses came out of the same facts and from the same circumstances, they were in essence one count, and that the court should not have sentenced Haywood for possession and trafficking, having already sentenced him for importation. Thornton also argued that the sentence was excessive and that the judge had taken irrelevant information into account in determining the sentence. Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP Charles Leacock, contended that there were 3 distinct offenses and that what was being punished was the conduct. The Justices of Appeal reserved their decision in the case. Vincentians are being called to stand up against violence in this country by giving support to an event put on by Leave Out Violence in SVG, Loving SVG, this Saturday in Barely. President and founder of Loving SVG, Nyla John, says the non-profit organization, which has a mandate to address the issues of domestic violence and child abuse, will have a march from the Curtains playing field from 5 p.m., after which a rally will be held at Barely Square.
The theme is stand up. So I'm asking my Vincentian people to stand up. Let us stand up. Let us stand up in solidarity. Let us hold each other's hands on this issue. It is one that I'm passionate about, and I know a lot of people in this nation are passionate about. It is an issue that is at the forefront, not just in St. Vincent, but in our world, in our region. And we must speak out on this issue. We must stand up. So I'm asking everybody to come out on Saturday, April 11th. Let's assemble at the Curtains playing field and let's march together in solidarity. Let us bring the awareness. Let us educate our people.
The activist assured abused persons who need someone to confide in that her organization is willing to give a listening ear and will do all that is necessary to help them.
To say that LOVN SVG is here for the people. When you come to us in confidence. So we are a confidential organization. We are on Facebook, Time to Stand Together Against Violence and Crime. We also have a like page. It's Leave Out Violence in SVG. And you can message us, we will respond to you. We can also be reached at 491-4357 or by email at lovnsvg@hotmail.com.
The SVG Gospel Fest officially opens this Sunday, April 12th at the Victoria Park. And according to coordinator of the festival, Michael Peters, this year promises to be even more entertainment-packed and as engaging as ever. Peters says that the show offers its patrons a form of entertainment for the believers and persons who wish to be brought closer to God. He added that persons should attend the opening to get a sneak peek of what is in store for the entire festival and to give their support to the participants.
The Gospel Fest is in its 13th year. It's all about giving thanks and praise to God and allowing persons, Christians, an opportunity to minister with the talents that God has blessed them with. So this Sunday is the beginning of the 2015 festival at the Victoria Park, and it's the start of a month of activities which climax on April the 26th when you have the National Gospel Showcase again at the Victoria Park. During the month we have zonal showcases around the country. We're going down to Beckwith, North Leeward, North Windward, in Kingston, all across the country there will be gospel showcases, and from that we take some of the outstanding artists in one show at the Victoria Park on Sunday evening, and we're also in Beckwith on Saturday evening. At that time we'd have Bridget Blucher and other persons ministering. But this Sunday it's about restoring the land for God, a special evening of praise and praise.
The featured artist for the opening event, Mavia Providence, says she's honored to be performing here again and that persons who attend the show can expect riveting performances with some of her greatest hits.
It's great to be back on the island again to minister for Gospel Fest. Last year I was here, we had an awesome time, and report that we won 13 souls. I'm very excited about that, because that's, at the end of the day, that's what it's about. So I'm back this year again. We're here with the theme to praise, and to give God praise for this island and what He's going to do and what we need Him to do for this island, which I really love, because I believe that when we put Him first, He will do the rest. And when country is blessed, then, you know, that's an awesome thing. So I'm so glad to be back here again. We're going to be having an awesome time at Gospel Fest, and I look forward to all of you coming and just worshiping the Lord with us.
The Southeast Development Incorporated, SVG, earlier today launched its premiere production, Hearts of Steel 2015, Colors of Youth. The event is this year slated for Saturday the 25th and Sunday the 26th April at the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Community College campus in Villa. And President of SVG, Rosita Snack, says the orchestra, through its management committee, has endeavored to produce an event that will enrich the hearts and souls of all pan lovers.
This is a production that no one will want to miss. This is SVG's third hosting of Hearts of Steel, and we look forward to another successful production that surpasses the levels of the ones before. We thank Scotiabank for partnering with us in the sponsorship of the band, and the DGCell for sponsoring the uniform for the Hearts of Steel this year. And we look forward to the continuation of this relationship and all other relationships that will help to push Southeast and the Stubbs community forward.
And musical director Marlon Lanton says plans for the event are progressing smoothly and will this year feature an exciting new addition.
This year, for the first time, Hearts of Steel will feature 3 distinct sections of the orchestra. First, we have who we refer to as the Southeast Kiddies, and they are our youngest players. They are between the ages of 5 and 8 years, and they are the cutest of all the players. I'm sorry to the other players, but they are really the cutest. Their performance on the night of the show is really a must-see. Then we have the Southeast Juniors, who are called juniors not based on their ages, but on their experience as players. They are the products of our summer programs, the recent ones, and this includes graduates of our 2012, 2013, and 2014 programs. The juniors are also very enthused about Hearts of Steel and the promise and entertaining package. The final group is the Southeast All-Stars, and these are the players that formed the core of the team that took Southeast to the 2nd place victory in the 2014 Panorama competition.
The St. James School of Medicine Student Government Association will hold a health fair this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the school's compound in Arnisville opposite Super J. The health fair is a community outreach event offering education and free medical screenings such as blood glucose, blood pressure, vision test, body fat, and many more. Medical faculty from the school will speak on a wide range of topics including hypertension, diabetes, HIV, and more. The general public is invited to this event.